Hey everybody, welcome to DadsDen of Pop Culture and Mighty Thor. Monday, I'm still playing sick a little bit here, so excuse my voice, I beg of you. But we're on to Thor number 347 from September of 1984. We're going through Walt Simonson's spectacular run on the book in the 80s. What do we got in this issue? We got Malekith the Dark Elf. We've got Melody, a.k.a. Lorelei, and I'm not talking about the Gilmore girls. And we got the Mighty Thor. We got some shenanigans going on in the land of Faerie, which is a great land. Not quite as good as the land of Dairy Queen, but you know, Last Starfighter, a beloved film. All right, what do we got here? Art and story, Walter Simonson. Lettering, John Workman Jr. Colors, Christy Scheel. Editing, Mark Grunwald. Editor-in-chief, Jim Shooter. And we begin in the Cotswolds of England, a land of wooded hills and shadowed valleys. And this apparently is also the location of the underground land of Faerie, the land of the Dark Elves. And it's a land of illusion. It's a land of deception. And a couple people have come to this land, one of them in particular saying, he don't like it. He don't like it. Well, who is that? Well, that is Roger Willis. What you talking about, Willis? Who is a mortal who is at the moment helping out the Mighty Thor. Willis's father, at some point in time, stole the casket of, Eternal Winter from Malekith, and it made his father immortal. Well, his father has now passed on at the hands of Malekith, and his son has been tasked with now guarding that casket. So he and Thor, with the casket, have come to confront the Dark Elves. Now, he doesn't like this because it seems like a really bad idea. But Thor, last issue, drank a love potion. He is now utterly devoted to Lorelei, who's going by the guise of a mortal named Melody. Melody was kidnapped by Malekith, so Thor wants to get her back. Roger Willis is kind of out, scouting around, and he's attacked by two Dark Elves who get the better of him, they think, at first, and they figure, great, we could steal the casket, we can, feed him the fairy food, etc., make him a slave. But they didn't count on the fact that Thor was nearby, and that he was sort of faking and managed to punch one of those guys as well. So they eliminate the two guards, and from the guards, they get this ointment of vision that will allow Roger to see the Dark Elves. Now, they wanted to use it on both of them, but there was only enough left in the vial, because it got smashed, for Roger. Thor can see the Dark Elves, but only in a sort of blurry, translucent way. But he figures, well, better that you can't see them at all, so you should have this stuff. And so now they're going to assault the land of the Dark Elves. Meanwhile, in Asgard, in this desert, on the fringes of Asgard, Baldur the Brave, who went out there to basically end it all, sees a woman being attacked by one of these giant, sand serpent things. And being who he is, he picks up the only weapon he can find, a sort of stick, a piece of wood, and charges in. And he's being watched by this man who had come out to basically to slay him, to kind of make a name for himself. And this guy's watching, and he's like, oh my Lord, he's taking this thing on himself alone with just a stick. He's like, I don't want to slay this guy. I think I want to join him. I want to be like his squire, right? So he jumps on top of the thing, smacks it down in between its scales, which injures it just a little. It throws him off. And this dude's like, oh man, he's going to be killed. There's no way he's going to survive this thing unless maybe he has a good sword. So he throws his sword to Baldur, who picks it up and, in fact, slays the beast. And the woman that he was there to save, that he was trying to save, turns out to be more than just a random woman. And she takes his hands and takes him away to a faraway place. And he realizes that she might be one of the Norns. And there's Agnar of Vanaheim, who's like, oh no, man, dude, I gotta hook up with this dude, man. I gotta join him. He is a true warrior born. Well, in Thor and Roger go into this dark fairyland. They have to walk through this water. They're attacked by these water elementals. Thor basically creates a water spout, carries them in the river far away, and reveals this gate into the realm of Malekith. Very, very cool. And the whole time, Roger's like, man, I don't really like this. I think Thor's not really thinking straight here ever since he drank that stuff. He's a little worried. Well, behind that gate is this army, waiting to surprise them when they open it. But Thor goes Kool-Aid man through the wall and does the surprising himself and starts kicking butt. And it's being watched like in this crystal by Malekith and Wormwood, his little toady. I kind of immediately started thinking of Blackadder with that. Although I have to admit, if you were going to have a live action Malekith, it was David Bowie. It's got to be David Bowie, and we're a little too late for that, unfortunately. Well, in fact, Balder was taken by the Norns, by one of them, weird, and he's shown, the strings of life of everybody in existence. And she's going to give him an opportunity here. He's going to have a choice to make. Remember, we've been talking about transitions. Transitions also means you're walking through doors, but you're also making choices, right? He's got a heavy choice to make. The battle goes on between Thor and these guys. He's got a gun, steel-coated bullets. Iron is effective against the Dark Elves. But obviously, he's only got so many of them bullets. And he knows that they're outnumbered. And what are they going to do? And then Thor sees Melody. And he goes straight for her. And he's yelling, Thor, it's an illusion. He's not really holding her over all these water demons. You swept the water demons away. But, dude, Thor, he's ensorcelled now. He can't help it. So he charges in where he is attacked by Angrim. This, one of the, I don't know if he's really a dark elf or just in league with the dark elves. He's in that dark armor there. And he whacks Thor, a real good one. Meanwhile, back in Asgard, Odin has summoned the Warriors 3. He says, it's time to form, the host of Asgard. We got to get the warriors together. We got an invasion coming, and even with everybody, I don't think it's going to be enough, but it's time to get everybody together. So Thor is fighting Angrim, and of course, Malekith has an evil plan. They hit this lever, and the ground opens up beneath both of them, and they plunge into this abyss, perhaps forever. Could be a bottomless pit. Probably not, but it could be. Thor! And there they fall. And now Malekith has that casket of Ancient Winters. Sorry, guys. The casket of Ancient Winters. It's his once more. Look at that. Man, we should all be so happy in our lives. We should all be so happy in our lives. So he's got the thing. Well, of course, Roger was captured, and Malekith decides his punishment, he shall be blinded. He shall be blinded, so he shall never again see the beauty of the land of Faerie. And now this is meaningful. The position of his head is meaningful. But he yells, my eyes, it's all gone black, I can't see. And he runs off, and they're going, oh, let's go after him. And Malekith's like, nah, he's no danger to us blind. He'll be sport for us after we finish what we've done here. Don't worry about it. Well, in fact, he can see. He's not blind. Why is that? Well, earlier in the issue, which I forgot to mention, but that's okay. Earlier in the issue, he mentions that while he was fighting in Korea, he got injured, and he has steel plate in his forehead. Now, iron, steel, is proof against the magic of the elves. So he leaned his head down, hoping that steel plate would take the brunt of that magic. And in fact, it worked. So here he is. He's alone. Doesn't know where Thor is or if he's ever coming back. He's got basically one bullet left in his gun. Malekith is about to open the portal into Midgard. In other words, through the roof there, into the outer world. And he's going to open that casket. Oh boy. And they all start chanting, "Doom, doom, doom," as Surtur, with his sword Twilight, stands before this portal into Midgard. All right, man. It is now the story that started with this run is starting to really heat up. We've gotten all these preliminaries. Now we're getting to the meat of it. Again, I mentioned everyone should be so happy. Look at this dude. He's beaming. Surtur has never been happier in his life, which is bad news for the rest of us. So there we have it, folks. Continuing the story that started in the first one of these. I've already forgotten which number it was. I'm old. You got to give me a little break here. But continuing the story that started with Beta Ray Bill and Balder going through all the stuff he's going through, and that's starting to come to resolution. And Odin trying to figure out what was this sense of foreboding he had. He's figured it out. He's marshaling his forces. And the evil ones look like they're on the verge of getting what they want. Releasing the winter across Earth, opening up this portal so Surtur can step onto Midgard and lay waste to everything. And it all comes down to Thor, who appears to be plunging to his doom. My goodness, what will happen next issue? Well, we'll find out next week. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. If you're enjoying the Mighty Thor Mondays, hey man, give this one a like, maybe subscribe, maybe share with a friend. That would be very, very cool. But until next time, God bless everybody. Please be kind to one another. Have a little bit of fun out there, and I will see you again, hopefully soon, in Dad's Den of Pop Culture. Bye-bye.